Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Hope you're all doing well. I had to take a little bit of a hiatus last week because my daughter was sick on Monday and we decided we needed to have her COVID tested just because my mother, who watches her normally, is in the high risk category. So just wanted to make sure everybody was safe, so I took the week off and had my daughter with me, and it's a little too hard to film with an 18-month-old. So yeah, so I'm back at it today. We're gonna get back to work on the splitter that we started last week. So after the last video, I went to move the splitter, and this happened. It all kind of fell apart. So that epoxy that I used wasn't exactly the greatest stuff for this. So I ordered some better epoxy, which I have over here. I got some of this JB Weld wood epoxy, so we're gonna use that, get this all back together, let it sit for the recommended 3 hours, and then we'll sand everything down, get it all in its final setup, and get it back on the car and looking good. So I also bought some vinyl wrap. It's this carbon fiber looking vinyl wrap that I think we're gonna wrap it in just to make it look a little better. I was just gonna paint it, but I mean, this vinyl wrap was only $9 on Amazon, so I figured why not just wrap it and make it look a little nicer. So that's what we're gonna do. And then maybe eventually I'll put something better on the car, a different wing, or a different splitter, but for right now I think this is gonna look cool and be, serve its purpose for now. So alrighty, I'm gonna put you guys on time lapse for a couple minutes while I get everything set up, and then I will be back with you once I get everything set up. I decided these next two clips were getting a little bit long, so I went ahead and sped them up. Basically what I'm doing here is just cleaning everything up, getting it ready to be epoxied. And then what you'll see here in a minute or two is me actually doing the epoxy and working on that. Basically I had to work really quick because it was 6-minute epoxy, and you can't see it in the video, but it started to dry up on me as I was trying to put it on. So here I am about to mix up the epoxy and get it going. So yeah, you'll see the results here in just a minute. Alright, so I'll give you a closer look at all of this. So you can see I put a lot of extra on there. Like I said, I can sand that off later, that's not a problem. And then same here. This one's not quite as good. I'm hoping it holds, but kind of thinking I might have to redo that one again. Filled in some nicks and cracks there. There were some minor ones here. This side was really nicked up. This was real bad down here, so I put a ton on there so I can sand it smooth and that'll be better. Same here, there was some huge nicks there. So get those sanded off nice and even. Built up a nice layer here because I wasn't able to get these super level with each other, so I'll just sand it and get it a little more level that way with sandpaper. So for right now, we're just gonna let this go for the next 3 hours, which will be 3 o'clock my time because it's noon now. So what I think we're gonna work on next is over here on the car. You can see on this bumper, there's this little design here. And I've always kind of liked that on the bumper. And I was thinking it would be kind of cool to mimic that with some of the wood that I have left over. So I think that's what we're gonna try and do. Kind of show you how I go about that because I haven't quite figured that out yet, but we'll see what we can make happen. So let me grab some stuff and I'll be back with you in a second. Alright, so what I'm gonna do here, just grab a regular piece of paper, which is actually not long enough. Rewind. Alright, so I got a bigger piece of paper here. This is just part of a paper bag that I had laying around. So what I'm gonna do is line it up with that edge, line it up with this edge here, and then actually, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna tape it because that'll be easier than me trying to hold it. Okay, cool. Alright, so what I'm going to do is just take a pencil, just rub across there, and I'll get that little line out. Well, maybe not. Okay, that's not working at all. Not like I thought it would. There we go, that's working a little better. Okay, let's see how that looks. Not horrible. Not as good as I thought it was gonna work, but we'll be able to make that work though, because what I'm gonna do actually is cut this out, transfer it to a piece of cardboard, and then hold the cardboard up and I can whittle the cardboard down until I get the shape that I like, and then go from there. So let's do that. So we're over here at the workbench. What I'm gonna do is just cut this out as neatly as I can. And then we'll transfer it over to this cardboard that I have. It's a pizza box from Mod Pizza. If you've never had Mod Pizza, do yourself a favor and get it. It's so good. You can customize it all you want. Best part. Alright. So let's see. It's gonna be our best bet here. So I know it's hard to see this because the cardboard and the paper are the same color, but I'll do my best. So for right now, all I'm doing is just gonna trace out this top line because my bottom line isn't exactly straight. So I'll make the bottom a little bigger than it needs to be, and then I can trim up later. Alrighty, come on. Stop reading me. Cool, there we go. And then here, actually, I'm gonna leave that in place for a second. Because essentially what I'm gonna do now, just mark the spot there. Make it a little bit bigger than that. And take a straight edge, we'll just use this guy. Go from there to there, push them up. I think if we just do it there to there, that should be okay. Same deal here, just straight edge from here to there. Again, this might be bigger than I want it. That's okay. I can always whittle down. Worst case scenario, this is just out of cardboard for right now, so I can always recut it and do another one, so until I get it right. So just use my blade, cut this out now. This stuff out of the way. Here comes the hard part. Alright, there we go, we got our piece. Let's see how it looks. You know, that curve matches up just right. And honestly, I think my height is good too. Now you'll notice, I didn't put a sharp tip on this because there's no way I'm gonna do that in wood because it'll just chip off and break regardless. So when I do it out of wood, I'll end up rounding the tip off anyways. So now let's hold it up to the side pieces on our guy. And let's see if this is gonna work. Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. It's gonna be a little too long. But if we come back a little bit, well, let's check on this other side because this one's really rounded and I noticed my other side is pretty straight. So let's see what it looks like. because I think I'm gonna have to go back and do some shaping later anyways, because this is gonna be out of straight wood, so that actually wouldn't be bad. We'll have to cut a lot off, but I think that's okay. Let me think about this for a minute. Alright, so what I did off camera there was I was kind of looking at it, and I decided what I want to do is, you see how this is flexible and bends? What I was thinking is I can always have it follow this curve and do the same on the splitter itself. When I attach it, have it, sitting like this and following that curve. And I think that might look pretty cool. So, the wood I was gonna use is not flexible at all. Here, let me grab a piece of it. So I was gonna use this stuff, this little like 1/8 inch plywood or whatever it is that I used on those ends. But as you can see, does not flex. Then I remembered I still have some of the flexible stuff that I used on the front part of the splitter. And you can see that stuff bends just nicely. So what I think I'll do is go ahead and cut these out to the shape that I need, and then figure out what I need to do to keep that shape in it, to get that right radius that matches the bottom there. So I think I'm gonna work on that now, is get these cut out to the right size and shape of the cardboard, and then start working out how I'm gonna get them to keep that radius. So let's work on that now. And worst case scenario, if this doesn't work out, I just won't put them on and it'll be fine. So yeah, let's work on that right now. Alright, so that worked pretty well. Got them cut out. I'm gonna leave them taped together so that way I can sand them together and get them, the same shape and everything and size and everything, so they look uniform on both sides. So I'm gonna start working on the sanding now. Alrighty, I got them all sanded, ready to go. So I think, and here, let me show you. You can see. So you can see, they look good. They match up, and they'll bend just fine. Same with this one. Matches up, bends just fine. So, what I think I'm gonna do is I'm contemplating whether I should wait and test them, and get everything all sanded on the splitter, or if I should wrap these now and then figure out, sanding and attaching them later. But I think I'm gonna hold off on wrapping these, just because if I decide that they're just not gonna look right, then I don't waste wrap. So I think I think I got these to where, you know, as good as we can get them for right now. And then we'll just have to wait till it's all dry in the next 2 hours, and then we'll get back to it. I think I'm gonna end up ending the video here just because I don't think I'm gonna have enough time this afternoon to work on this anymore. So so thank you for watching. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you can, subscribe. Every subscription helps. So thumbs up and subscribe. I will see you in the next video. And I'll probably post another video tomorrow just because I'm way too excited about getting this on the car. So I may post every day this week because I got a bunch of projects that I got to work on, and might as well just film them, right? So so I will see you guys tomorrow.